Okay, so good morning, everybody. Once again, this is Simon from Malaysia. And in this Zoom presentation, what you will be learning is the amazing benefits of the Enagic Kangen water that is being existence in the world for the last 49 years. Today, it is 18th of March, 2023. So it's already been around for about 49 years, half a century, and it's actually coming to Nigeria and Africa for the very, very first time. So whoever that is watching this, you are in for a treat because we are just launching. It's extremely exciting, but it's already been proven all around the world. All right. So in this short presentation of mine, okay, I like to keep things very simple and short. What you will be learning is two things. And this is something that I've been doing for the last 7 years. I've opened up 7 markets, including Malaysia, India, Dubai, Kazakhstan, Turkey, Nigeria, Bahrain, and a few more countries around the world, talking to people about why everybody should be taking the Kangen water. Very, very important. All right. And second thing, I'm going to share with you guys the amazing and unique, the word is unique and proven business opportunity that the company Enagic is actually offering to distributors. People like yourself and myself have the opportunity to actually become a distributor. So it's a partnership with the company. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to be sharing my slides with you guys to learn about why everyone in the whole world, if they get this information, they should be drinking the Kangen water. And you understand why you should be drinking it. It's not a choice. It's not really an option because of the lifestyle and things that we live today. It is a necessity. Okay. So I hope you guys can see my screen. If you can see my screen, just give me a number 1 in the chat box. So, okay. So I think very important, we have to go through on what Enagic is and where the Enagic come from and the history of the company Enagic. So if you go online, do some Googling, do some research online. Enagic is a privately held Japanese company, started in 1974 in Japan. The factory is in Osaka. The headquarters is in Okinawa and Tokyo. And since then, it has actually grown to all parts of the world, including America, Canada, South America, Europe, Russia, Middle East in Dubai, India, Asia, Southeast Asia, and Australia. So the company currently has 40 offices in 23 countries. And what is very exciting is the company is launching its first ever African branch in Lagos, Nigeria. In Lagos, Nigeria. So this is the plan of the company, and the company is actually expanding every single year. So when we talk about the Kangen water and why this machine is so important, now it's solving a huge issue around the world, not just here in Nigeria, is that many people are actually relying on bottled waters. Am I right? So this is actually a photo I've taken myself here in Ikeja in Lagos. And this is something common where people buy all this bottled water and they consume on a daily basis. They feed it to their kids, they feed it to their elderly at home. Now, what is the challenge with this bottled water? Later on in the presentation, I'll be sharing with you why these kind of waters are not very health beneficiary to you. And the plastics that they use in the manufacturing process, the plastics, it contains something called bisphenol A. Short form is BPA. Please go and do your research on it. It is actually linked to cancer, brain diseases, and all types of health diseases. Chronic illnesses can be actually traced to BPA plastics. So those people who are taking this on a long-term basis, they're actually exposing themselves to all these chronic illnesses, including cancer. And that is in the bottled water that you take on a regular basis. Now, some of our members here have already been taking the Kangen water for the last 2 months, 6 months, or even 1 year or more. So this is something that you are staying away. So all these bottles that I use, so this is one of my bottles, that I carry every day. I also have another bottle. This is actually from our Dubai office, right, with our logo Enagic. These are all BPA-free bottles. So these kind of plastic manufacturers do not use BPA. It means you can continuously reuse the water, or some of our members even used a Kangen water bag, and this Kangen water bag actually says BPA free. Yeah, I hope you guys can see in my screen. Yeah, BPA free. So it's very important to know what is in our water. So let me introduce to you this machine that has taken the world by storm. Even if you go on Google and you just type top American celebrities or athletes that are taking the Kangen water, you would start to see a lot of big names starts to come out. People like Kevin Hart, Barack Obama, Mariah Carey, Steven Tyler, Cristiano Ronaldo, yeah, President Donald Trump, yeah, and many other big names that are actually drinkers of this water. Please go and do your research. Now, why is this water so popular around the world? Because of the amazing benefits and because of what this machine can actually do. Now, this machine is very small. It's the size of a coffee machine. Yeah, some of you may have coffee machines at home, and it can actually produce up to 5 types of water. So for those of you who were here at the start, you would have seen an introduction video that actually explains what each water can actually do. So I'm going to go through one by one, and I'm going to focus on the main one, which is Kangen water. Why you need to be taking this Kangen water every day? Because of the pH of 9.5, it is higher pH, so it's able to actually remove some of the acidity on your body. And the word Kangen in Japanese, it means return to origin. That's what Kangen means, return to origin. Because today, people are slowly losing the ability to heal ourselves. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Right? Because last time when we get a cut as a child, the wound heals the next day or the next 2 days. But when an older person that is filled with illnesses, maybe they are diabetic, maybe they have high BP, maybe they are suffering from cancer, maybe they're suffering from acidity, they don't heal as fast as a healthy person. So what the Kangen water does is to bring the body back to its original state. Yeah, because God made an amazing machine, the human body. We're always able to heal ourselves. But because of all these different types of food, fast food, soft drinks, alcohol, pollution that is around us, it is actually damaging our immune system. So this water, when you take it every day, it is designed to bring back the health in your body. All right. So there are 3 things that is contained in this simple little blue bottle, right? That came out from our machine. There are 3 things. And the first thing is something called the antioxidant. Now, if you learn anything about aging, now there are people that would age faster than another set of people. Am I right? Because of their lifestyle. Maybe they drink a lot of alcohol, they take a lot of sodas, they have a lot of stress in their life, or they live in a very bad environment. So these people actually age faster than certain people, which have a healthier lifestyle. So if there are people that can age faster, definitely there are people that actually age slower. All right. So which group do you want to be? Faster or slower? You want to age slower, right? So in order to age slower, you need to ensure that your body has a lot of antioxidants. Now, the body itself creates its own antioxidants, but it's not enough because of the environment we live in. So how do you take antioxidants? And how do we know what are the things that increase the aging? What are the things that slows down the aging? So let's take a look at this bunch of tomatoes. Okay, so tomatoes, if you buy it, you leave it in your fridge for 2 weeks. What happens to tomatoes? It rots, right? Or we call it oxidization. So apple, you cut it, even after a few minutes, it starts to oxidize and it turns brown. So everything will start to oxidize, and it's not good for you to be taking oxidized foods. But the challenge is the water that you are taking today could be just like the rotten tomatoes and the rotten apple. Why? Water also goes through oxidation. But the scary thing about water is when it goes from fresh to rotten, it doesn't change the taste, the color, the smell, nothing. And living tissue, which is us, when you have extremely high amounts of oxidation, it leads to sickness. Just ask any doctor, they will tell you the exact same thing. All right. So how do we actually determine what is good for us, what is bad for us? Now, this is something called the oxidation reduction potential chart. Now, this is actually a measurement that shows people what are the things today in the market that actually increases the aging, and what are the things that you could be taking that slows down the aging, which reduces oxidative stress. So let's take a look at the left, positive ORP. So these are things, liquids or foods that have a positive electron charge on the body. Anything that has a positive electron charge, it actually speeds up the oxidation or speeds up the aging. We call it free radicals. Yeah, some of you may have heard of free radicals. So things like your bottled water, your tap water, soda drinks, carbonated drinks, fast food, alcohol. These are all on the positive ORP side, which means it is very oxidizing. The higher it is, the worse it is. Now, what you want to do is to take things that has a lower oxidation, if better, negative ORP. Negative ORP means it has a negative electron charge, and negative electrons are antioxidants. It will neutralize the free radicals in the body. So what are things that you can buy in the supermarket today? Green tea, yeah? So if you are taking green tea on a daily basis, that's fantastic. But unfortunately, some of you are taking green tea, but you're putting in oxidized water, right? So we have to weigh the circumstance. And then you have green leafy greens and vegetables, which are antioxidants. And I believe a lot of people, they take vitamin C. Vitamin C has a negative electron charge of negative 100. Yeah, very, very good. It actually slows down the aging process. And something more powerful than that is the cod liver oil. Yeah, the omega-3 oil you buy from the pharmacy is about negative 200. So this is actually very, very powerful. But these things, you can't take massive quantities every day. But the Kangen water, take a look at the reading. It is negative 400 and beyond, fresh from the machine. And you can take as much Kangen water every day as possible with absolutely no side effects because it's just water. For a new cell to be regenerated in the body needs an electron charge of negative 50. So imagine if you're pumping in negative 400 of these antioxidants into your body on a regular basis, how is your body going to be responding to it? Amazing, right? So I'm going to be sharing with you a quick video. And this video, what I'm going to be doing is I've actually collected different types of waters that is being consumed by people today, like tap water, filtered tap water. We have bottled water that most people take. I mean, in Nigeria, you have all these different brands. And then we also have the more expensive ones, like the imported mineral water, like Fiji, Evian. Some people actually spend their money. Yeah, some of you take last drinks, like 7-Up, yeah, soft drinks. And then we have the Kangen water. So because using your eyes, you can never tell which is actually oxidizing, which is actually antioxidant, right? So we have to look at the ORP reading. And how do we look at it? We use a ORP meter. So this is how the meter looks like. You can order it on Amazon. It's being sold in US, in Europe, it's available. And remember, anything that's positive, it's really bad. So let's take a look at the tap water. It's 450. Bottled water, 450, positive. Yeah, aging. Even the mineral water, slightly lower, but 430, aging. Evian, 420 something, aging. Take a look at your soft drinks, 530, extremely aging. Yeah. And then I want everybody to take a look at the reading of the Kangen water. What is the reading? Negative 526, 500 and above, negative. What that means is this water is filled with negative electrons to make sure that it neutralizes all the bad oxidation in the body to keep your body young and healthy. So if you were to take this every day, what it basically means is the water is able to slow down the aging process in the body. So for those of you who want to look young and fresh all the time, for the rest of your life, take the Kangen water every day. So can you imagine the amount of people out there in the market that has no idea that the water that they're drinking is aging them? So that's why this business is absolutely massive, because you're actually introducing a water that can slow down the aging process so that people get sick lesser and they look younger, more energy, they sleep better at night because of these negative electrons. When you take 1 glass of Kangen water, it is equivalent to 80 tomatoes or 5 kilos of broccoli worth of antioxidants. Is that powerful, ladies and gentlemen? If that's powerful, type 1 in the chat box. Because I don't think anywhere else you can be consuming that amount of antioxidants on a regular basis. Okay, so this is just the first property of the water. Now, let me bring you to the second property. Now, Dr. Otto, he's actually we call him the father of cancer, not because he invented cancer. He's actually the guy that discovered the cause of cancer and started to do a lot of research on how to prevent and cure cancer. All right. So this is Dr. Otto. He discovered the cause of cancer in 1923. In 1931, he received a Nobel Prize. And what he found out in his work of metabolism of tumors, all forms of cancer are characterized by 2 basic conditions. All forms. Yeah. The first one is acidosis, when the body is way too acidic. And the second one is hypoxia, when the body has lack of oxygen. And what he says is cancerous tissues are acidic, healthy tissues are alkaline. So a lot of you guys already know in our body, there's an acid and alkaline balance, right? In the Asian or Chinese culture, we say yin and yang. Everything must have a balance. If one side is tipped over the other side, that's where your body starts to have issues. And in this case, when the body is too acidic. So how do we tell? We use a pH tester. Now, pH stands for potential hydrogen. The more potential hydrogen the liquid or the food has, the more alkaline it is. The lower potential hydrogen it has, the more acidic it is. And everything we eat and drink is either acidic, neutral, or alkaline. Now, it has to be in any side of this chart. All right. If you go online, just type pH level of all these drinks, pH level of these foods. There are even many studies and journals that shows you what are the pH levels of all the things that we're taking on a daily basis. And unfortunately, all the yummy food, all the fast food, sweet drinks, carbonated drinks, where do you think they are? Do you think they're alkaline or acidic? Please comment in the chat box. Most of it are acidic. Yeah, that's why the body starts to fall sick easy. Okay, so again, take a look at this pH chart. This is a color chart because we actually use a tester that shows you the different pH. So this next video, I'll be using a pH tester to test the pH of the different waters that we're drinking. And you will see that this is a pH tester. All right, you can buy this anywhere from any aquarium shop, filter shop, wherever it is, anywhere around the world. And what it does is when you put a couple of drops into the different beverages, you would start to see different colors coming out. Okay, so let us take a look right here. So if you can take a look at the tap water, it is about green color, so it's neutral. But this is the tap water in my home in Malaysia, where it is government regulated, or in Abuja, where it's government regulated. So these are all neutral waters. But if you start to have your borehole water or well waters, then this is all depending. And most of the borehole that I have tested in Lagos or around Nigeria is acidic, yeah, because it is not regulated. Take a look at bottled water, is actually acidic. Yeah, can you see the second one is actually yellow? The mineral water is slightly above neutral, but nothing great. And then you have the 7-Up or the soda drinks, which is highly acidic. And then you have Kangen water, which is highly alkaline. So once again, this is how the pH chart looks like. So depending on the color, it tells you where your beverages are sitting at. So what the Kangen water does, it helps to balance the pH of the body. So when you take it on a regular basis, what happens? You're actually alkalizing the body. Yeah, you're pushing the body from acidic to alkaline to ensure that we do not get all these kinds of diseases and chronic illnesses. But why do we need to stay away from soda? What happens when I try to pour it into soda? Can you see? It remains acidic because it is so highly acidic. Just a single cap of 7-Up or whatever soft drinks, and you put it into an alkaline body, what happens? Dangers of one sip of soft drinks. It destroys the immune system. So for those of you who know yourself, your kids, or your friends who are taking all these soft drinks on a regular basis, it is time to reduce the consumption, or if better, stop it altogether, because it is so acidic because of the amount of carbonation they pump inside, the gas, and the amount of sugar, which is highly acidic in these drinks. So we know the mother of all illnesses is acidosis. And to be healthy, your body needs to be alkaline. So the choice today is this. Do you want to continue acidifying the body, pushing the body, tipping the balance of the body this way towards the acidic side? Or do you want to start today and start alkalizing your body and live a healthy lifestyle? All right? You can have all the money in the bank, but you have no health, right? There's no point, right? So we're talking about wellness, yeah? And imagine the amount of people in the market who are already suffering from acidity. You can help them with this water, yeah? So that's why this machine is actually endorsed by the Ministry of Health of Japan as a medical device, yeah? So that is the first two properties, and this is the third property of the water, which is the microclustering. Now, when I talk about microclustering, a lot of people get confused. What is this microclustering? A lot of people are hearing it for the first time. Basically, it is the molecular structure of the water. Now, there are two types of water. You have the large or heavy water on the left, and you have light water, microcluster water on the right. Now, The large clusters limit absorption by the body, whereas the microcluster allows for greater penetration into the body. So some of you may experience, when you drink the regular bottle of water, you may feel bloating sensation, heaviness, or you drink a lot of water, but you do not feel hydrated. Anybody felt that before? Type 2 in the chat box. Yeah, you drink and drink and drink, but you still feel dryness, you still feel dehydrated. Why? Because the water is not absorbing into the body as efficiently. So how do we actually show this? So this is a green tea experiment that I always like to do. You can use any green tea for this demo. And you pour out 2 different types of water. One is tap water, one is Kangen water, both room temperature. But when you pour it into the tea bag, what happens? The one with the tap does not release any tea, but the one with Kangen, the tea comes out instantly. Can you guys see that? Because the cluster of the water is very small. So it's able to penetrate into the tea bag. So similarly with our body and our tissues and our cells, it is able to be absorbed by our body and tissue and to be able to detox our cells efficiently. A lot of people, when they drink water, it stays outside their cells. That's what we call water retention. All right, because the water that they're drinking is not penetrating into their body, or maybe they have a very high salt diet. Okay, so whatever the reason may be, when you take this water, it helps to absorb into your body effectively and optimally. Okay, now the second thing I'm doing is I'm taking some tea extract, splitting into 2 glasses, same amount of tea, almost similar, but I'm going to use 2 different types of water. And I want you to see what happens to the one where I poured using Kangen water. Can you take a look at that? It's like making more tea out of thin air. So if some of you want to have a tea party and save money, you can actually use 1 tea bag and serve up to 30 glasses of tea, because the Kangen water is very absorbent. So if for those of you who are taking supplements, or if you just enjoy cooking at home, you must cook and you must take your supplements or coffee or tea with the Kangen water, because the absorption rate of the water is extremely high. You're able to absorb much more of the nutrients from your supplements and from your food and from whatever that you're taking on a regular basis. So you have to start using the Kangen water. All right, so I hope you guys have gotten value from those main 3 properties, and that's the reason why 2 million of these machines have already been sold worldwide, being used by people today. 2 million, yeah? Not 2,000, not 200,000, 2 million, all right, in the last 49 years. And there are many doctors around the world talking about this machine. In fact, there are more than 8,000 doctors. I'd just like to highlight a few. Dr. Hotspitzler, which is a heart surgeon. There are many videos of him talking about the Kangen water. Dr. Hiromi Shinya, Bob Wright, who is the director of the American Anti-Cancer Institute. We have naturopaths like Dr. Dave Carpenter, Dr. Peggy Parker, Dr. Corina Allen, and many other doctors that speaks and advocates about the Kangen water. And there are also many books in the market currently that you can purchase that talks about the water and why water is so important. And there is this book called Change Your Water, Change Your Life, all right, that you must get a hold of it, by Dr. Dave Carpenter. This would actually share with you all the amazing benefits in depth about how this water can transform your health. Yeah, so it's available online. Please buy the book, or you can download maybe the online ebook. Yeah, if you find one of those websites that actually sells it. Okay, so here I want to highlight about one doctor. All right, he's Dr. Hiromi Shinya, Japanese doctor, and he's a very well-known doctor in America and Japan. And what he's well-known for being one of the co-founders of colonoscopy. Right? For some of you who don't know what is colonoscopy, it is when a doctor puts in a camera to check your insides, your colon, your stomach, and all that, and to check whether you have tumors, cancer cells, malignant cells, or inflammation. Now, this is a doctor that pioneered this treatment. And every single one of his books, he talks about Kangen water. And he says the Kangen water is an alkaline-rich water and is considered the very best drinking water. And in each and every one of his books, he talks about the water, especially in the enzyme factor, where he has sold more than 2 million of these books worldwide. So the following images, what I'm going to share with you, are the images of Dr. Shinya's patients on the inside, yeah, before the Kangen water and after the Kangen water. Can you guys take a look at that? Yeah, so what can cause inflammation in your colon? Many reasons. Could be high dairy diet, yeah, lots of milk, yogurt, cheese, that is causing inflammation. Lots of soda drinks, lots of alcohol, bad diet, sleep late at night, stress levels. There are many reasons that could cause inflammation. And in fact, most adults have some form of inflammation in the body. And take a look what happened after 3 months. Because another word for antioxidation is also anti-inflammatory, anti-inflammation. So when you take this water every day, it's able to actually reduce the inflammation in the body. And we also have people with chronic constipation, right? A lot of toxins in the body, 3 months after the water. And these are all available on YouTube. All you guys need to do is to type on YouTube what doctors are saying about Kangen water. These are the images from that video. I just screenshot it and put it into my PowerPoint. So people with constipation, and this is somebody that has gone through chemotherapy, a cancer patient, and the American Anti-Cancer Institute cites that the success rate of chemotherapy globally is actually 2.5%. Yeah, so cancer patients, they're actually going against very slim odds, very slim chances to actually get thoroughly healed from these kind of treatments. Yeah, I've known it by experience because my own grandmother, some of my relatives, they've actually gone through this treatment, and it's just hell for the patient. Yeah, they suffer a lot. They use a lot of money, all their insurance money and more, and they suffer so much. And most of them, they don't even make it. Yeah, and that's an image of before the Kangen water, after the chemo. It leaves a lot of residue, a lot of oxidation in the body. And that is actually 3 months after taking the Kangen water, plus also a healthy diet, which is more alkaline foods and less acidic foods. Take a look at the difference. It is a world of difference. But in every one of my presentations, I tell people, please, this water is not a cure for cancer, or do we claim it cures cancer? Even though there are 8,000 doctors talking about it, even though the Ministry of Health of Japan endorses this as a medical device, we still do not claim it cures cancer. We are just doing whatever cancer doesn't like. We're just improving the immune system. We're just removing the toxic and the acidity from the body and just improving the body. So when your body is healthy, why would you have all these diseases in the first place? Yeah. So this is the objective of taking the water. Okay. So this is the first type of the machine, what the machine can do, the Kangen. Now, the second one is clean water. Now, the pH 7 water is only when people take their medication. Okay, the moment when you take your medication, 30 minutes after that, you go back to the Kangen water. So that is exclusively what the clean water is for. And the third water is called the beauty water. This is for you guys to use as a toner. So this water is able to actually tone up the skin, because your skin actually has a pH of 5.5, which is mildly acidic. So when you use the pH 5.5 beauty water, you can put it on a spray bottle. You can use it just by you can go to your machine, and when the water comes out, directly wash your face, yeah, at the machine. It can help with dryness, oil, energize your skin, brightens your skin, pimples. It tones and tightens the skin, moisturizes the skin. It replaces all your Lancome, Estee Lauder toners that you buy from the departmental store, which could cost anywhere from $30 to $50, a small bottle. And this machine is able to produce unlimited amounts of the toner water. Just by a click of a button, unlimited amount of water comes out. So you can keep on using it for a very, very long time, free of charge. So the ladies absolutely love it. Even myself, I use it almost every day to wash my face and to spray on my skin. Yeah. So this is the result of using the beauty water. My face used to be, I had very sensitive skin, a lot of acne when I was young, pimples, breakouts, and all that. I use the pH 5.5 every day. It's amazing. Yeah, I don't use any creams. I don't use any all these pimple creams you buy from the pharmacy. Nothing. Just water. Yeah. So that is the pH 5.5. Now coming to the last two waters, it is something called the strong Kangen water and also the strong acidic. So I'm going to go with the strong Kangen water first, which has a very high pH 11.5, which is actually 100 times more alkaline than the 9.5 that you're taking. But you don't drink this. This is used in your kitchen. So how do you normally wash your fruits and vegetables? Now, what is the challenge we are facing today? Everything that we eat and drink is filled with pesticides. Can you see this farmer? He's wearing a mask, wearing a suit. It says that if it's not safe to breathe, how can it be safe to eat? Yeah, he's spraying all types of oil-based chemicals on our vegetables. Why is it oil-based? because oil cannot be washed away by water. Yeah, basic science. So when you have oil-based chemicals on the farm, even if it rains in the farm, it doesn't wash away the pesticides. So when we use regular water at home and try to wash our vegetables, what are we actually removing? Dirt, sand, but the chemicals stays on the vegetable because it's oil-based. So I'm going to share with you guys this video of using oil, sesame oil, and I want to show you a quick experiment. So this is a bottle of sesame oil. When you pour oil into 2 glasses, and the first one, I'm going to pour regular water inside of it. What's going to happen? The oil is going to float, right? So this is basic common sense. We know this, okay? So when we use regular tap water to wash our vegetables, it doesn't mix. So we're actually not washing away the harmful chemicals. But when you use the 11.5 pH, which I'm holding right now, what does it do to the oil? What does it do, ladies and gentlemen? It emulsifies, or it breaks down the oil. It mixes with the oil. Therefore, this is also fantastic to remove oil stains in your kitchen or your face. You know, anything to do with oil, you can actually use this. It's a very good degreaser. But mainly it is for you to wash your fruits and vegetables. I have a pack of cherry tomatoes. First one, wash with regular tap. Second one, wash with the 11.5. Normally, you should soak it for about 5 minutes. But for the purpose of this experiment, I just soak it for 10 seconds, and you would already see a massive difference. So the first one, let's rinse out the tap water. All right, take a look at that. This is actually the tap water. Nothing comes out. And the second one is the 11.5. Take a look at that. Absolutely disgusting. Can you see it's a yellow, oily looking thing? What are all these? These are actually all the pesticides. And if you were to, again, do some research on the dangers of pesticide, it is cancer causing. And we're taking it every single day. Crazy, right? Everything we're eating today is actually killing us. So we need to actually wash. So some of you who enjoy to eat strawberries, take a look at the difference. Left using normal water, right using the 11.5. Yeah. So we have to ensure that our family does not eat any more of these chemicals, and we wash it clean every day with the 11.5. Okay, so that's the 11.5. A lot of people even ask me, Simon, are you sure this tiny little machine can make all this water? I tell them, you're damn sure it is, because I've been using it for the last 9 years and used by 2 million people around the world. Sorry, not 2 million people, 2 million households. Probably 8 to 10 million people around the world are already using this machine. And it produces wonders. And the last one is called the strong acidic. Now, the strong acidic, this is a very powerful disinfectant, antibacterial water. It has a pH of below 2.7, 2.5, and the ORP is above 1,000, which means it is an oxidizing agent. Excellent in cleaning and disinfecting. All right. Japanese hospitals, they use it to help people with bed sores, gangrene. You can even use it for athlete's foot. If you have a wound, you want to clean it, we can use a 2.5. You don't have to use all these antibacterial solutions anymore. That is a lot of chemicals, right? That could cause inflammation and all that. And if you know people who are suffering from skin problems like eczema, this is within 2 weeks. Yeah, they use it on their skin. This is actually used in Japan in Keifuku Rehabilitation Center. So they use it on their skin multiple times a day and take a look at the results. Amazing. Yeah, this is why it's used in hospitals. This is psoriasis, before and after, before and after. Take a look at that. Something as simple as water. Okay, so this is somebody from Malaysia. His name is, I don't remember his name, but he's actually working in a male dermatological departmental store, a skin departmental store. He's a male nurse in a departmental store. And he works with skin specialists, yeah, dermatological skin specialists. And they were not able to cure him because he has suffered from psoriasis for a long time. And take a look at what the 2.5 did for him in 2 months. 1st of November 2011, this was many years ago, more than 10 years ago. 31st December 2011. Take a look at that. Yeah, from here to here by using the 2.5. Absolutely amazing. And we have so many of these cases, ladies and gentlemen. Just go on YouTube and Google and find out. December, January, and February. This is Susan from Singapore. and her elbow, December, January, and February. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is what the machine does, and every single machine, it comes from our factory in Osaka, Japan, and this factory is medically certified, and every single unit comes from only our factory in Osaka, Japan. It is not made, not assembled anywhere else in the whole world. That's why our clients trust Enagic, because every machine is from Japan, and this factory is endorsed by the Ministry of Health of Japan as a medical device manufacturer. Now, if any of you know about the Japanese government and the Japanese standards, they're extremely high, extremely stringent. And for Enagic to have a medical certificate from the government of Japan, it says a lot, yeah? And on the right, you have ISO 13485. This is issued to internationally, ISO 13485, medical device manufacturers. So these are the standards of Enagic, and this is the machine we are talking about. Now, what makes the machine medical standard, and how is it able to make all these wonderful waters, and how is it able to serve you for the next 25 years plus? The durability of the machine is 25 years plus. It has 7 solid titanium platinum plates inside, all right? 7 solid titanium platinum plates, and each plate is made out of pure titanium and dipped in pure platinum. And if you look at the cost of platinum, it is probably the 2nd or the 3rd most expensive metal in the whole world. Why does Enagic use platinum? Because it's going to protect the engine for the next 25 years plus without any breakdowns. Some machines in China or wherever around the world, they use cheaper metals like alloy or copper or mixture of metal. What happens is it starts to corrode after 1 to 2 years, and you have to throw away. If you don't throw it away, you continue to take it, it can even cause metal poisoning in the body. So you have to make sure that whatever you're drinking is 100% safe, proven, all right, and medical standard, because you don't want to be taking water that has metal in it if you buy a cheap machine, okay? So this is the Kangen water machine. Currently, it's coming from Europe into Africa. The machine itself is 3,280 euros. It has a 200 euro shipping fee, air freight. So the total for the machine, you're looking at 3,480 euros for this level up SD501. And every time it enters the country, you have to actually pay your local taxes and duties. For Nigeria, it is about 500 euro or 300,000 naira at the moment. Yeah. So I tell people to allocate that amount of money. And what I tell people is this: when many people see this price, even including myself, wow, it's not a cheap machine. All right, it's 3,000 euros, yeah, almost $4,000. But what is more expensive is if anybody in your home gets a disease, you know, something as bad as cancer, touch wood, it affects everybody, and it drains your savings, drains your energy. It is more expensive when somebody gets sick. So I believe that prevention is always better than cure. And we must always go for best products, because best products last a lifetime, which means it saves you money in the long run. You can buy a machine for $1,000 from China or wherever, but if it breaks down every 2 to 3 years, what is the point of buying those machines? Yeah. So let's say the machine lasts 15 years. I've done a calculation of 15 years. Yeah. Let's be more conservative. You're talking about 500 naira or less than €1 a day. The thing is, people are already spending this €1 or 500 naira a day on all these toxic plastic bottled waters anyways. Yeah. And you could be spending more. So let's say a bottle of water is 150 naira. You just drink 3 of this, is close to 500. If you have 5 people in the family, in the next 15 years, you could be spending 5 times the cost of this machine drinking toxic water. Okay, so this is all about self-awareness, how you want to value your health, and how you want to take a decision. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is my presentation of the product, why it is so important for you to take it. As I mentioned before I started, this is a must for people to drink because of the lifestyle that we have today, if you truly want a healthy lifestyle. All right, now the next part of this presentation, okay, I'm going to go into the juicy part because this is actually a session where you get to learn how you can actually become a distributor with Enagic. Now, there are 2 things what you can take away. The first thing is you can actually make your machine free for you, which means when you buy a machine today, and in the next 1 year or 2 years or a few months, whatever the timeline, if you were to refer about 10 customers to the company, your machine is actually free. They pay you back the entire cost of the machine. Now, the second perspective is some of you, after seeing this presentation, you are possibly looking at $1 million business that could actually be coming out of this business. Yeah. And that is the Enagic marketing plan. It is $1 million business for people like yourself and myself. So if you're one of those people who are looking for an opportunity, a new opportunity, a legitimate, proven business product in your country, whether you're in Nigeria, Africa, or wherever you are in the world, this is what I'm going to be talking about. Okay, so let me share with you the Enagic marketing plan, which is selling like crazy around the world, but in Africa, it is absolutely brand new. All right, so let me give you an overview. Now, there's about $8 billion of machines sold worldwide already, and it's just the beginning. Over 2 million Kangen water machines sold globally, and anyone who drinks water is a prospect. Now, in terms of market size, if you just look at a country like Nigeria, which has a population of 200 over million people, just 1% of that 200 million is already 2 million people. So the market is massive, yeah? And there are many other markets in Africa that is not even touched yet, okay? So what makes Enagic different? It's been around for 48, coming to 49 years for this year, 2023. First use in hospitals, endorsed by all the doctors. I've covered all of the main points in my product presentation. And the company has 40 offices in 23 countries to support your sales. So some of you may have friends in America, Canada, Asia, maybe Malaysia, maybe Middle East, and you can actually sell the machines to them, and the company actually pays you your commission in your own country bank account. Amazing. It is a global system. All right. So how do we market these machines? Now, on the left and on the right, I'm going to differentiate two very different systems. On the left is something called multi-level marketing, right? There's a lot of all these multi-level marketing systems in the whole world. They could be marketing cosmetic products, health supplements, coffee, whatever it is, something that goes for $50 or $100. And they use all these kind of binary systems where you find 2 people and 2 spread to 4. Nothing wrong with it. Legitimate companies. But what I've seen is a lot of these companies, they don't last because they're relying on the recruitment of members to sustain the company. And their products of low value, which means you have to sell to a lot of people to make money. So nothing wrong with it, but I personally don't prefer it. I like the Enagic system because it is more direct sales based. Yeah, on the right is the Enagic system, and it is patented. Only business plan that I've seen so far in the direct selling industry that is patented. So this is how you do the business. You become an Enagic distributor. Every single sale you bring in is a direct sale. And every single one of your customers, all right, as long as you invest in one machine, you can already become a distributor. Maybe I forgot to say that earlier in my presentation. As long as you own one machine, you can become a distributor and start selling the machines and get paid commissions. So similarly, the same thing happens to your distributors, right? Your downlines. So when they start to sell the machine, you also get indirect sales. And the total of these two, we call it group sales, okay? So how the company pays is amazing. Now, the company has many different ways on paying distributors. And the first one is called the 8A or 8-point system. Now, how it works is like this. The machine goes for 3,280 euros, right? Let's not talk about the duties and the shipping, just the machine. Now, Enagic already allocates about 50% of it, 1,600 euros per sale for the distributors. Amazing, right? The company is willing to push back to the distributors 50%, and this 1,006 is split into 8 parts or 8 A's, where 1A is 200 euro. Okay, 200 euro. How does it work? Your first 2 machine direct sales, the company pays you 200 euro, 200 euro. So your first direct sale, you get paid 200. Second direct sale, 200. What happens when you do your third direct sale? Now you start to earn 400 euro on every sale. So the more you sell, the higher your rank will grow. Can you see on the left, there's a rank. 1A, you earn 200. 2A, you earn 400 euro every machine until you hit 3A. Once you hit 3A, every machine you make 600 euro, every single machine. So how do you get to 3A? You must have 10 cumulative group sales. Okay, you must have 10 cumulative group sales. Now, the word is cumulative, which means it can happen in 1 month, it can happen in 2 months, it can happen in 6 months, it can happen in 1 year if you're slow. Yeah, so it really doesn't matter. But those aggressive distributors, they achieve it very fast. Some of them even in their first week or their first 2 weeks. So group sales means the company also calculates your direct plus the indirect. So as long as you have 10, the next direct sale is a 3A sale, which means the 11 sale onwards, you'll be making 600 euro every time you sell. So just imagine as a 3A, you sell 10 machines in 1 month. How much do you make? 600 euro times 10. So you're going to be taking home 6,000 euros of commissions. And once the 10 grows to 20, now every direct sale you do after that is 4A, which means you're going to be making 800 euro commission. Amazing. I believe that's how much people make in one whole month. Yeah, wherever you are in the world. Some people make this kind of money in a month, but here you make it in one sale. Okay. And once the 20 grows to 50, now you're at 5A, and every machine you make 1,000 euro every time you sell. So can you imagine if you're selling 10, 20, 30 machines a month? Look at the amount of money you could be making from Enagic. If you're selling 10 machines as a 5A, 10,000 euros. You sell 20 machines, 20,000 euros. It's massive. I've not seen any company in the market that pays so much commissions to a single distributor. Yeah? And then you have the highest rank. Once you have across 6A, every machine now you're going to make 1,000 too. Now, I have achieved my 6A many years ago. I'm actually beyond a 6A. There is ranks after the 6A. And every time a 6A distributor sells, you'll be making 1,200 euro machine. Is that good money? If it's good money, type 6A in the chat box. If you aspire to become a 6A, type 6A in the chat box. Yeah. And I became a 6A in 6 months. What does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? Which means I've sold 100 machines in 6 months because I worked very hard. I went all out in the business and I focused on building my organization rather than selling machines because the company says 100 group sales. When I have 6A, 100 sales, I have actually amassed most of the sales from my indirect sales, which means I built my organization. This business is about building organization, not selling machines. If you want to sell 100 machines yourself, you're going to take a long time, a lot of effort. But when I became 6A, 90% of my sales were indirect to me. 10% of my sales were direct to me. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Yeah. So what you want to do is to build an organization. So what is going to happen when you start building your organization? Let me share with you the indirect sale commission that Enagic actually offers, which is mind-blowing. Now, everything in green denotes your commission. Okay. I know there will be a lot of 6As in Nigeria under our team. In fact, there's about 3 to 4 people coming to 6A very soon, maybe in the next 1 or 2 months. And then we're going to look at maybe 20 to 36As in the next 1 year. Yeah, it's highly possible. Okay. Now, once you have sold your first 3, so you make 200, 200, 400. Now, what happens when your first client, Tom, he becomes a distributor and he also wants to sell the machine and develop the business? Guess what? In any company out there where you see, every time your distributor starts to sell, you actually make a fraction of the commission, right? But in Enagic, you make another 200 euro. When Tom sells to Grace. What happens when Grace continue? What happens? Can you guys see? You keep on getting 200 euro every time the sales come from your Tom or Alex group. This is what we call your 1A overriding lane. You keep on earning 200 euro. Now, on the 4th sale, you are still at 2A. When Kim buys, you make 400. Every time Kim sells, guess what? You're going to be making 400 euros. Why? Because Kim is under your 2A. So for those of you who want to actually make more money in the business, progress faster, get to your 2A rank fast. Some people even buy 3 machines to fill up their 1A lines to come into 2A. Because why? When you bring in their distributor on their 2A, they make double the money. Making sense? So some people buy more than 1 machine. They buy 3 machines. Yeah? So you can actually do that. Okay? Now, after 10 group sales, you come in with your next direct sale, May. Now you earn 600. Now, what happens when May sells a machine? You're going to be making 600 euros. What if May sells 10 machines in her first month? You're going to override 6,000 euros from May. It's amazing. Yeah. So all these machines under Kim, when they continue to sell and develop the team, develop the group, spreading the awareness of this water around your country or your state, you keep on earning 400 euro. Now, it comes to a certain point because you see, Enagic is a legitimate licensed direct selling company. In most countries that has a direct selling association, Enagic is a member of it. And they also participate in all the activities, and they also contribute to industry and all that. So this company, Enagic, does not overpay or underpay distributors. Remember, every machine the company sets aside 1,600 euros, or we call it 8 A's, right? So I'm going to show you where the 8 A's actually get paid. So when John sells the first machine to Don, because it is John's first sale, John gets a 1A commission, yeah? Because it is his first sale. Now, John's upline, Bob, earns commission because John is under Bob. Now, John is under Bob's 2A, which means from this sale, Bob will make 2A commission. Are you guys following? Yeah? So the next person is Arnie. Arnie also gets a 2A commission because Arnie is the sponsor of Bob. And the sponsor of Arnie is Kim. Kim will also make 2A commission. So only 8 A's is allocated from every machine. So John gets 1, Bob gets 2, Arnie gets 2, Kim gets 2. What happens? You are left with the remaining 1A commission to flow up to you on the top, which means even for a sale that is so many levels away from you, you still make 200 euros. Not bad, right? You may not even know this person and you're making 200 bucks, okay? So when John sells to Dave, you make another 200 euro. But when John sells the third machine, what happens? John himself ranks up to 2A position, right? And Bob gets a 2A as well. Everything continues. 2A, 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 and then 2A. So the total 8 A's have been paid to your distributors. So when this happens, this is where it stops the 8A commission payment because the entire 8A commission has already paid to your team. I want you guys to look at this is how transparent Enagic is to show us exactly how much they're paying out, how much they're paying out to each person. And once they finish the 8A, it's done. I've seen way too many direct selling companies or multi-level marketing companies. Today, they say they're going to pay out so much. Tomorrow, when you calculate, they're only paying out so much. And they change their compensation plan. They change this, they change that. And ultimately, the distributors like yourself and myself, we are the ones that suffer. But in Enagic, this plan is patented, which means it cannot be changed. And it is the same plan used globally by all the 2 million members. Are you guys following? So this is a solid plan. Yeah, it has not changed for the last 30 years. Yeah, long time. Okay, who here you like the plan? Type 8 A's in the chat box. Okay, now once you achieve your 4A, you bring in Tony. Every time Tony sells, you're going to make 800. Now I want you guys to just imagine. Can you imagine if you have one Tony, he sells 10 machines. Let's say Tony is in Lagos, okay? He sells 10 machines, you make 8,000 euros, right? Because every time Tony sells one, you make 800. He sells 10, you make 8,000. Can you yourself also sell another 10? Absolutely, yes. So if you sell another 10, that's another 8,000 euros for you. Guess what is your income? You could be making 16,000 euros a month if Tony sells 10 and you sell 10. So this business is all about how much work you put in. The hardworking distributors, they make a ton of money in this business. Yeah? So it's a performance-based business. And once you achieve 5A, let's say you bring me in, I sell 10 machines, you make 10,000 bucks. Again, you sell another 10 machines, you make another 10,000. And you can have multiple Tom, Kim, May, Tony, Simons, all over your city, your town, your country, selling 10, 20, 50 machines a month. Are you guys seeing the potential here? And if we're talking about Africa, it is a virgin market. Nobody is doing this market until now. And our team is coming in and we are actually growing extremely fast. We have sold about 200 machines in the last few months in a country where we have not even launched our office yet. Our Lagos office is starting 2023. We are still in the pre-launch phase. And once you achieve your 6A, every time your 6A distributor sells, you're going to make 1,200 euros. And as a 6A, you also start to earn commissions in your debt. Yeah, so you also start to earn deep commissions, which we will be going through normally in our trainings. Yeah, so today I'm just going to give you guys the essence of what this 8A is all about. So if you like what you just saw, give me a thumbs up or give me a 8A in the chat box if you like what you just saw. And you can see that this business has massive, massive potentials in Africa, in Nigeria, or wherever you are in the whole world. It's just massive, okay? Now, if you're long enough with the company, there is something called the career path of Enagic. there is a serious, legitimate career path. Once you become a 6A, the company also pays you a one-time title achievement bonus of 3,000 American dollars. And you can receive this anywhere. We have conventions in Malaysia, we have conventions in Japan, we have conventions in Dubai, in India, in America, wherever. Once we have a convention, you can choose to tell the office, I want to get recognized there, go there for a holiday, and you get your check on stage in front of a global crowd, all right? And what is the next rank after 6A? When you have two downlines, now you're gonna have many downlines, right? So once you have two downlines on separate lines, whether direct or indirect to you, they become 6A. Now you become a 6A too. And company is going to pay you $6,000 one-time bonus, and every quarter, 1,000 American dollars. Is that crazy? Crazy. So this is where the passive and residual income starts to kick in. This $1,000 every quarter is on top of all your commissions, okay? So this is just an extra. And obviously, we want to help our downlines to become 6A2s, right? So when you help both your 6As to become 6A2, now you become 6A2-2, which means you're going to receive $12,000 one-time bonus, and every quarter, 2,000 American dollars. Amazing. But that is nothing yet until you understand what is 6A2-3. 6A2-3 means you have two people that became 6A2-2. Now you are 6A2-3. The company pays you $25,000 one time, and get this, company pays you $5,000 a month plus other incentive calculation with performance requirements. Who here you would like to earn $5,000 every month on top of your commissions from the AA points and all these sales that you are doing? Type 6A2-3 in the chat box and you want to get there. It's amazing. So the company called this group financial support. The monthly money that they're paying you, they call it group financial support, GFS. It is for you to use it to develop your group, because most of you, once you get to this rank, you will want to open up a new state. You see, Nigeria is massive, or you open up a new country. Yeah. So this is actually what you could be doing. So you need funds, right? So this is where every month you're going to get money to build your business. And once both your downlines become -3, you want them to become -3, right? Now you become -4, you earn $50,000 and $10,000 every single month. Some distributors who are coming in big into the business, they even open 3 accounts. Account A, account B, account C. 3 accounts. Why? They want to be 6A2-4 on the top, 6A2-3 on the left, 6A2-3 on the right. Are you guys seeing what I'm talking about? Which means you're going to be earning $10,000 on your -4 account, $5,000 each a month from your -3 accounts. What is the total of that? Can somebody give me an answer in the chat box? $20,000. Some distributors in this Zoom room and our members here have already done that. They have opened more than a few accounts and they're going to be building the accounts. Okay, many people have done that around the world. I personally know people with multiple accounts, yeah, because they build it, they involve their family, they involve their kids, and everybody is -3, -4 and above, and they're earning all this kind of money. And once you become -5, $100,000 one-time bonus, $15,000 a month. Again, I want you to visualize. What if you own 3 of the accounts? It's a lot of money. But some of you who are coming in with 1 account, absolutely no problem. I started with 1 account, yeah? So what happens is you just build 2 leaders under you and more later on as well. And once you become -6, $200,000 reward and $20,000 every single month, okay? So this is the career path of Enagic. This is what Enagic is here to offer. All you need to do is to make a decision to start your business. And how do you start your business? Is by owning 1 machine, learn how to do the demonstration, learn how to run Zoom meetings, attend our trainings on Zoom and offline as well. We do live trainings in Lagos. We do online trainings almost every week. Learn how to share the water with people and let people feel the benefit of the water. Build your organization, learn to train your team and build your group. That is exactly how you build the business. There's no secret formula. It's just hard work and learning the system. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the business. And all you need to do is to start with 1 single machine for those who are starting to earn this kind of money. If you have a business that can generate you $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month in a few years to come, how much are you willing to invest today? Some people, if I ask them, if a business can generate you $100,000 a year, how much are you willing to invest today? Some of them will tell me, oh, I'm willing to invest $500,000. I'm willing to invest $800,000 to be earning $100,000 every year. Yeah, makes sense, right? Now, this business, how much do you have to invest? One machine. So if you were to ask me, it is so cheap to start this business and to own one machine and to be earning this kind of money. Are you guys following, ladies and gentlemen? Right? So this is what we're talking about. A business where you can be earning tremendous amount of money just by starting with one machine. Okay? So that is it. I'm just going to stop the recording. So for those of you who are watching this recorded, I wish you all the best. And please speak to the person that shared this video with you. Get back to them on how to start. They're probably one of our team members. And I'll see you in the next training session in Zoom or live in person in our live trainings. So take care for those of you watching.